I just wanted to get a couple of things, not even straight. I don't care if it gets straightened out or not. That isn't really the paramount thing. It's just funny. This is funny. It's two really ignorant people. That would be Kevin Brennan and Stevie Lou, and they're in a heated discussion slash argument over my pay, how much money I make. I found that hilarious. They're yelling at each other. They're mad. They're not on the same wavelength here as far as how much money I make. And I found it hilariously funny. I listened to it yesterday and was like, I got to play a little of this on my show tomorrow. So they don't quite have it straight. What happened, my contract, who leaked my contract out there, things like that. And they think I'm doing this to bug them. First of all, they think it's a lie. And I said I would not confirm nor deny the leaked reports that some asshole, what's his name, Compound Boss, put out on X. But the way Brennan and Stevie Lou talk about it, and here's the issue with Stevie Lou. Everyone knows Brennan. I've said I was out of the Kevin Brennan business, and I am as far as actual interaction with Kevin. I don't see any upside in it. But Stevie Lou, he used to work at Compound Media to some extent. And he got very angry one day and flipped over our broadcast desk, which has electronics in it, and it cost a lot of money to build, believe it or not. And that caused a rift between myself and Stevie Lou. And Keith the cop, was none too happy either. But it blew over. He would show up at Sullivan's when I was there with Gino and everything, and we were drinking, and I was just like, well, it is what it is. Whatever. Never held any grudge about that. Made jokes about it, but never really held any grudge. I'd see him at the bar and be like, hey, how you doing, Stevie? Whatever. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, because he's in cahoots with Kevin, he just like shits all over me. He calls me an idiot or stupid or whatever, which is, fine if you want to do that. I got no qualms. I know the business we're in. This is the life we chose. This thing of ours. So I understand the quid pro quo that goes back and forth, and you jump on things, and then you don't. I understand. But it doesn't make you look very smart when you're arguing over my money and you're getting things just completely wrong and trying to shit on and downplay something that I think a vast majority of people on the outside would look in and go, oh, that's pretty good. Back in 2014, Cumia was exiled, if I may use the third person, exiled from your regular radio and satellite radio and what have you. Looked like damaged goods. No one was making any phone calls. So I started my own thing, of course, Compound Media, and didn't look back, whatever. And then I get a call out of nowhere. I wasn't soliciting any jobs, to have a meeting with the higher ups over at WABC Radio. And I love the medium. I love doing this. I love talking. Yeah, why wouldn't I do that? What am I going to do? No. You call me. What do you think I want to do? Anyway, so of course, yes, I flew right up there and had meetings and talked and was offered a job and took it. And then, I've said this from the start, and I'm absolutely sincere when I tell everyone money was not the issue. Money was not paramount to me. I wanted to get back on broadcast radio. Like I said, wasn't searching it out, but I wanted to do it. There's a part of it that was some kind of vindication. Yes, I was persona non grata on broadcast radio. I had supposedly f***ed up so badly that I would never again be able to go on broadcast radio. And to me, I didn't like that. You know, I took responsibility for what I did, never apologized for it. But, you know, you can understand the corporate mindset. I said some things on a public social media platform, not during working hours, nothing really different from what I was talking about anyway on the Opie and Anthony show. But somehow, you know, it was the perfect time. It was the perfect chemical mixture of get the out of here, Anthony. So the vindication angle is it's a little bit. It was part of it. I will admit that. But another part of it, and the biggest part of it, and people that know me and maybe even some fans recognize that I just love doing this. It's fun for me. This is fun. I don't get up in the mid-afternoons. I don't wake up at the crack of 1 p.m. and ever go, I got to do the show. And, you know, just slumped over, dragging my feet, turning on the equipment and doing a show. I enjoy it. When there's a bit of show prep that I see that I think is going to make for a good break, something I'm interested in, something that could be funny or compelling, I look and go, oh, God, that's good. This is going to be a good show. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it is a good show. Sometimes it's not a good show. You all know what I do for a living. But that's why. It's the single biggest reason why. A little vindication and okay, all right. A little bit of being able to smash it into a few people's faces. Little of that. But like I said, for the most part, I enjoy it. But the money angle seems to be very important to some people. Some people, we've heard Opie talk about it. Guy's not even... I was offered $40,000 a year. I told him to fuck off, to F off. They're paying 1 to 2 hours a week for a show 1 day a week, 2 hours. The guy's not making $500 an episode. And I'm like, all right, that's what the Opster thinks. That's fine. If they offered him 40 grand a year, who am I to say whether that's good or bad or compare it to what they offered and paid me? And, you know, one of those things. And then Brennan, of course, is hilarious because the guy has just reached a level of psychopathy, insanity that he'll just go off at anything. There's a bird in my window. Go away, big shot. Look at the tough guy bird. Anything at this point is setting off Kevin Brennan. He's just poof, gone.